Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am trying to stream. I don't know if that stream will work today, but I have a serious network problem. A very annoying, serious network problem. I might have to change my Wi-Fi because it's not working at all. Um, I'll be lagging like crazy. Um, so I'm even struggling to open my MetaTrader. So I'm just having, yeah, not okay about what's happening with my Wi-Fi. I'm trying to call the guys, they're not picking up. It's just a mess. So let me try and make a call again and see if they will assist me, but it's terrible, guys. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm really annoyed because I can't have an internet connection that is not stable. So this current internet speed, it's not stable at all. And I've been complaining about it for over a month now. And when things like this happens, you just be like, I need my refund. Give me my refund. Let me continue with my life. So let's see if my MetaTrader has opened. Can connect here. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? I know today there is FOMC, so you'll pardon me, I'll be lagging. I'm just trying my best to stream as much as I can. Um, but the stream will be terrible. Let me try and make a call. I'm working with such an internet speed. Let me see what's the speed now. So I better be. Oh shucks, what's happening? What's this? Oh, that's Tesla. Okay. Oh, British pound, it's strong. I think my trade will be out in a few here. So remember today there's FOMC minutes. What's happening? Is it me or something is it's quite bright here? Okay, it's not the brightness. I think my trade will be out. So I tried to short here, but it doesn't seem to be working. It's my fault. But I'm long here. So the trade that I have, and I think is the only one here. Not only one, but per se, but I'm long Tesla. Um, I'm long Tesla. Flip. So now the internet might shut down, might cut my stream. So this is the only trade I have for now. I'm long Tesla and I'm hoping for more good news on Tesla. And if that happens, I think Tesla will still be a good buy for me. I'm long Tesla. Financials, they make sense. I know there's a lot of news about Tesla lately, but I'm long Tesla for now. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm also looking at that would be my resistance point. So So you guys will have to pardon me. Did I bring my others? Didn't bring everything with me. Okay. Oh God, I'm super stressed now. And also remember today there was to be honest, guys, I think living in a place where that we don't have fiber, it's a mission. I'm gonna lie to you. 8 p.m. in the next 20 minutes we have FOMC. Okay. Where do we start? Let's start here. Let's see. Let's do our daily analysis and then we can discuss a lot of stuff afterwards. Just gonna do our technical analysis here, and then we can jump on the trade that I have and the ideas that I have for future. And we'll discuss the trades that I have and the trade that went south. Look, I'm also thinking I need to beef up my Facebook. I used to write like some blogs on Facebook where I discuss. This is the first time ever every day trading. No wonder I'm taking unnecessary losses lately. But it's very important to move careful as we go to FOMC. I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening with my Wi-Fi, to be honest. Oh, my kids are loud today. Which my kids are loud today. Let's hope it will work out, guys. Let's see. I don't even know why it's not opening here. It's never been this. And on top of that, they don't answer their calls. I'm in a need, guys. Can I make a quick call? I think I'm in a need to sweat someone. Good day. How are you? I'm good. Just speaking to prayer again. I'm just waiting for update because I have to work now, 7 p.m. and nothing is happening. Yesterday I had to postpone work and I can't keep on postponing work. Sorry, guys. So I know it will lag, maintain speed's not constant, it's not stable. Um, I've already tapped into this one daily fair value gap, yeah, with S&P 500. We seems like Nasdaq didn't do that. So higher time frame is clearly indicating an SMT. Super frustrated with ah. So just wanted something. Might end this if it continues dropping as I don't even know if I'm audible. I'll have to. Not even sure how bad am I lagging. Oh God, this seems very, very I am gonna cancel my subscription tomorrow. I need my refund. I'm gonna move to another internet. Perhaps I'll get good internet because it's lagging. I'm gonna move to another internet. I'm gonna have to move to another provider. I can't really. I can't. Yeah. Can't do this. I can't do this. I really can't do this. Yeah, really can't do this. Not gonna sit here and pretend as if I'm okay about it. I'm not. So I can't. Okay, where was I? So I still have enough time if I were to take a trade to be on a trade because okay. Setting up for shorts to be honest. Tapped into the daily fair value gap, higher time frame as SMT here. I can even remove here. Not sure how the stream will look like, but we'll try. So it looks like this thing is giving us a continuation, yeah. This seems to be a retest of the 1 hour continuation higher. I'm convinced with this continuation, yeah. I am convinced for some reason. This continuation is convincing me. Question is, am I late or early? We'll see. Um, I don't know. So it looks to be holding that. So we're just gonna do the analysis and see where we stand. Oh, okay, I see. I'm not gonna go in now. I'm gonna wait for this move here. I'm gonna wait for that move is very important for me. This move to retest this 15 fair value gap. I know we've already tapped into this one. How it looks like can come sweep that high. That can. I knew this thing will cut. Yeah, I knew this thing will cut. Not. Let me record. I'll just upload as I sleep. But that will be a very big file. That will be a very big file to upload. So this 15 minutes, yeah. I'm really interested in the market getting back, yeah. But let's wait and see. It's a 5 in break of structure on 5. Ooh, ooh. There's a 5 fair value gap, yeah. That is still holding. Do you go short? Do you look for shorts or look for longs in this case, or wait for the retest of this 15 minutes below? Or do you trade below and look for longs? I don't know. I don't know. But maybe let me mark here 5 and see what happens here. I'm not gonna go lower than 5 and just see if we'll get a move like that. Invasion of this 5, retest that 5, and then perhaps look for lower prices. I hate what happened. Okay, just gonna wait. Okay, there's nothing serious here. I've never. This is the most terrible internet I've ever had. Yo. Let's see. Okay, let's talk. Okay, let's talk the true markets now. Come on, man. Remember, I'm still young. I'm still. It's not like I've went out, but I'm long. AUD, yeah. It's not like taking me out, but I'm long AUD CAD. What the hell is this? Eh, yeah, things are happening in this world. One thing I can say, guys, always stay in a place with fiber. That's all I can say. I'm also short USD, so I'm looking for a move. We're on a downtrend. I'm looking for a move to break below here. Yes, the dollar is stronger, but compared to the Swiss franc tends to have an edge over the dollar for now. Look at this. I have no internet. So the trade that is not looking good is GJ. Yeah, I'm about to be taken out on GJ. About to be taken out on GJ. Um, there's a trade that is not looking good. If that fails, I'm going to look for this higher, and if it's still bearish, if it's still giving me a bearish signal on the edge fund. But those are the trade that I have, and I have Tesla. I'm also long Tesla, and I've discussed why I've taken Tesla. But let's talk about it, man. I hope my internet's not gonna play tricks with me, but let's discuss it. So Bitcoin is bearish, AUD is bearish, GJ bearish, the British pound is bearish. I think there was news that came out very lately, but let's see why. Economic British pound is bearish, but let's see why. So today's news. So today there was CPI. The forecast was 3.0, and we got a 2.8. Right. So the forecast was 3.0. Yes, in Britain, they're forecasting that inflation is slightly coming down, which is a surprise because the new USA is getting out of hand, and I think we all thought that the CPI inflation throughout the world will be a problem, and that's the case still. That's the case still. However, in this case, let me do this. That's the case still. That has not changed anyhow. However, inflation in the US, it's inflation in in Britain, look at that. The forecast was 2.8, came out at minus, forecast was 3, it came out at 2.8, which is like a miss of 0.2, which came out cool. That's starting to change the sentiments and start to give bearish sentiments, right? On inflation comparing to other countries where like USA where inflation is a problem. So I will be lying to wanting to start to see your GJ, GU, is it moving besides GJ? Because you will see inflation coming down in the US. In the British, in UK, in the British, in UK, PPI came out very hard. And yesterday, unemployment rate went up to 5%. So clearly, yes, we got a mixed reaction when it comes to inflation data. However, I'm more gonna focus more on CPI, which is a problem. So That is why we're starting to slightly get this weakness that we are seeing. And I think my trade's about to hit a stop loss. So because of the today's data, that can turn, but anyway, I don't think the trade will survive. And when you compare that, let's see euro. So today, CPI came out exactly the same. Yes, CPI is increasing in the eurozone. We get CPI at 3. Mm. CPI 3 today and the previous. So clearly, we say that the euro, when you look at the euro impact meter, is very bullish. Euro is very bullish compared to G, British pound against GBP AUD, which is quite weak, given not really weak, but quite weak, given the inflation data that we saw today. And then, so that is why we have the trade that we have. And we've already discussed Australian dollar that is very bullish compared to the Canadian dollar. Australian dollar is very bullish if you see how much that has been bearish, even though there's two. We got GDP growth in the US looks very good. The quarterly GDP growth was good. The forecast was 0.7, came out as 0.8. We see an uptrend in that, which that's what we want to see basically in terms of an economic resilience in these countries. And when you start to see that, it affects your currency. In this case, we're speaking about currency, but uh, the Australian dollar is quite bullish because of that. And then on the top setup, as we discussed earlier, we have GBP AUD in the bearish side. Besides the trade that I have, we have GBP AUD in the bearish side um, of the trade. Here, we have GBP AUD. So British pound, it's quite weak. With the dollar, I can see CHF, the dollar is bearish. So again, I'm long here. AUD CAD. Sorry, AUD CAD is very bullish as well. So I'm gonna look at this other uh, AUD currencies like your British pound against Australian dollar, for which I doubt. Oh yeah, I will want to long this, but now will be me positioning myself against to buying more 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 Australian dollar more Australian dollar, because as I short British pound, I'm long AUD. I'll also look at the British pound against CHF, which will be me adding position to the USD CHF as well. So this is a trade. Already I know that that's about to hit a stop loss. But let's see how we're going to position ourselves on the British pound, with British pound inflation coming out lower compared to its counterpart, your US and the Aussie. So those are things that we need to look at the technicals to look for the setup, that possibility of any setup that we can get. And then let's look at the technicals. Oh, this is nice. Oh wow. Oh, I tried to short prematurely here. Did I take the trade? Oh no, I didn't take it. Thank God I did remove my trade. Did the trade go? Here's my worry. We are holding this support. If I were to get the trade on the GBP AUD, to be honest, it was at this high here. Taking that high was it where possible trade could have happened. Let me see. So the possibility of me getting a trade, if it comes back to, if it if it still gains a bit, of course now we are holding this current 4 hour resistant area here. If you want to jump on while you come back here, so if we get another move higher, perhaps to that high, then maybe I will attempt to go short. on British pound against the Australian dollar. Um, that would basically would be me logging the Aussie again, and then what's this? Is she calling me? Oh no, I thought my wife was calling me. Sorry. And then the next move that you look GBP CHF. Let's see if it's here, not here. Oh yes, my trade is append. I'm gonna go in there. I've been waiting for this trade for the longest time and I didn't add my limit, but I can go in there. I can go in there. Yeah, I can go in here. Let me see. Ooh, sorry, I just wanna see if I can jump in here. Just to be holding that. Okay, I'm gonna jump in here, guys. I'm gonna jump in here. I'm gonna jump in now. It's the first time I enter trade live on a swing positioning ideas, but I love this that it's holding that kind of support, stop loss above. So everything is frozen now. Gonna attempt to trade it, and then we're gonna go to day trading. Okay, this thing doesn't wanna do what I want. Wow, come on, trade, buddy. It's difficult when your internet is bad. Extremely difficult. So, That's good. Ooh, yeah, it's difficult. Guys, want me to tell you something? I'm at my worst times ever. I've never seen something like this. Look at that. When I changed my account to day trading account, um, look at that. It does allow me to trade. But when I change back to this one, it doesn't allow me to. But it's fine. I'll come back to it. Just note that I'm attempting to short here compared to Swiss franc. So when I get back to it, um, let's just go day trading. Ooh, that's something nice. But it's very difficult for me to take a trade. And I'm seeing news here. I'll tell you the news. I'm telling you, could be old news, but I'll look into it as well. I'll look into it as well. Okay, still holding back this low here. Still gonna come back here. Let's continue with our all-term trading and long-term positioning. Is that earnings today? I need to confirm earnings today, guys. Sorry. Just gonna try if see I'm lagging. Yeah, I am lagging. Is that earnings today? I need to confirm earnings today. You need to pardon me as I lag, but anyway, if that gives me what I want, I'm gonna attempt it. Just gonna try if I'm lagging. Yeah. If this gives me what I want, I'm a laxter. Okay, there's nothing. Let me just mark. I'm just gonna put my alerts there. I don't have alerts. This is not annoying. I might even end this because I need to record a podcast. Guys, what's happening with my life? We did cut. This is the worst time of my life, to be honest. Okay, guys, I'll have to come back to it, but it doesn't want me to add alerts. I don't want to be here throughout the time. Might even call this a live stream. Extremely annoying. Extremely annoying. But let's try short again and see. Oh, I see. What the hell's happening here? Let me add this alerts. Let's see. Oh, I see. There's one account that is a problem. One of my accounts is a problem. And there's news now. Um, there is uh there is what do you call this? There is FOMC meeting right now. I don't know if I'm still lagging or I'm still live. It's just ridiculous, man. Oh, there is what do you call this? There is FOMC meeting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I know I'm lagging, guys, but you have to pardon me. Leave a comment. I'm trying to show GU, guys, so let's see if it will allow me to now. Is it G that I'm trying to show? No, I'm not trying to log. It's not GU. Oh, okay. I forgot the pair. GPPAUD. It was GPPA CHF that I'm trying to short. Trying to short this guy here. Let me try attempting the short again. Let's see. This thing doesn't want me to short, yeah. Look at that. I can't even add a limit. Let me try attempting the short again. I don't know what's happening. Say trade, nothing. Okay, it doesn't. Oh, Christ. Okay, it's fine. Let's go to the day trading site. Oh, Christ. I know it seems a bit in Makar, but yeah. Let's day trade, guys, until the end. And I call it, oh, ooh, look at that. What's happening? Okay, minutes came out. Just gonna read the minutes to you. Let's day trade, guys, until the end. The FOMC minutes came out. Fed minutes. A smaller number of participants judged it will be English. Just tap there and reversed. So if it gives a good momentum, I'm gonna long until the high. But FOMC minutes now. Just tapped and reversed. Rejected on this 5 minutes fair value gap. Yeah, coming back to the supply. So let's see what happens here. That close, next move above. I'm gonna look too long somewhere here. But so Fed minutes, a smaller number of participants judged it will be appropriate to lower the Fed funds rate on a clear indication that disinflation was back on track. Wow. These guys are anticipating for rate cuts. Let's look around and look for the news. Wow. I didn't see that. Didn't see that. Let's look for the news. Wow. Am I crazy? Perhaps I am. Interesting. Is there news that came out now? Nothing. Oh my news. Fed minutes. Uh, First half economic outlook projection was slightly stronger than for March meeting. Interesting as well. Just gonna show you that if it will allow me to open it. Okay. So here are the minutes for the Feds. Let's quickly go through them. They look good. Here we go. Here it comes. So the first one, uh, Fed minutes. Many policymakers will have preferred to remove easing bias from the policy statement. So again, many policymakers will have preferred to remove easing bias from the. So the reason why many policymakers are saying let's remove the easing bias from the policy statements. It's because look, inflation is increasing. So as inflation increases, you will wanna easy because that will really lead into hyperinflation. So the best thing to do right now, based on based on what's currently happening, it's to keep interest rate the same or be restrictive. So that's the possibility because now inflation is at the highest since 2014 or 2015, if I'm not. I think since 2014 is about 3.8%. So we see inflation going up. So we will wanna easy immediately. So you'll want to wait a bit. And then the next one says majority of the participants said some policy firming will likely become appropriate if inflation were to continue running slightly above 2%. Again, we're at 3% already. So I've already spoken about this that it's better to keep inflation rate the same or become a bit restrictive and increase interest rates trying to cap inflation. As we go along, participants generally launched uh, participants generally judge that continued elevated inflation and uncertainty over the Middle East will necessitate keeping the current policy stance for longer than anticipated. Perfect. A smaller number of participants judged it will be appropriate to lower the Fed rate on the clear. So basically, majority of the participants in this Fed rates are typically saying keep interest rate the same if appropriate and we see indication of high inflation, we can start to be more restrictive and increase rates. But rather remove the easing bias from the policy statements because inflation is going up, we can't be cutting. Basically, that's what they're saying for the FOMC meeting right now. And with that said, we just saw a move down and immediately rejected to go up on Nasdaq. Just gonna be watching what's gonna happen with Nasdaq as well currently. And when you look at the dollar, it has remained flat, but just that week up and a pure rejection point has happened on the dollar. So let's see if the dollar will start breaking below these lows. If it does, that gives an opportunity for tonight to look for shorts on a dollar and look for longs on US indices. But again, let's continue with the Fed's minutes. Remember, it's not a press conference. They are releasing just the minutes. Let's see what the minutes are saying. Um, Possibility for tonight to come back to this high are quite high. I am not taking out that possibility to come back to retest the 29,136 mark here. Let's further look at the minutes. I know I normally focus on the one that are generally market moving, but Fed minutes, several participants indicated rate cuts will be warranted later this year in a scenario in which conflict was resolved soon, inflation pressure dissipated. Exactly what I've been saying. Exactly what I have been saying. Or exactly what I'm saying, that some participants were concerned about a scenario in which elevated energy prices, tariffs will result in inflation pressure becoming embedded more broadly. So, according to what I'm looking at and the stance that with this FOMC minutes and the stance that most participants and majority of them are thinking we could keep we could, the Fed should remain restrictive, or even if the conflict persists or prices remain high, the Fed should consider increasing rates. The Fed must consider increasing rates, for which is not a good thing for us who are consumers. But at the end of the day, we don't want hyperinflation where everything is going out of hand. So the only way for the Feds to cap inflation is to increase rates or keep interest rate the same for now, unless we start to see also in the next in the next CPI meeting. I mean, in the next CPI data, we start to see increases of inflation, and then that's now becoming more of a problem because we move from 3% to 4%. One way or another, within the next quarter, the Feds might have to increase rates, trying to cap that move of inflation going hyperinflation. So in this case and in this scenario, from the minutes, what I'm picking up from the minutes is, and majority of the participants basically are saying, let's keep interest rate the same or increase if need be. That's what I'm getting from this. So another one, Fed minutes. Almost all participants supported maintaining the Fed rates target range at this meeting. We're still the same. We're not cutting. We could be increasing rates. With that being said, I think this were typically the minutes that we've been waiting for. So nothing much that's needed from here. I'm interested to see what the 10-year yield looks like. 10-year yield. I trust you. Let me see. Okay, looks flat. So, yeah. So let's look at the 10-year government bond yield. Oh, look at that move. Came out very strong. Is this giving me an opportunity to jump on TLT? Because I still believe the yield will still be bearish. I mean, I still believe we could, or we are still in a space where the Fed might keep interest rate the same, even though Trump is speaking about keeping they're in the final stages of inflation. I mean, of discussion. So that's another thing to note and keep in mind. But let's look at TLT, how it looks like now. Can I short TLT? Uh, can I short TLT? Let me see. Ooh, still quite high. Okay. I would love to short TLT if it comes back here in this ranges. Okay. So I'd love to short TLT if it comes back to those ranges here. Just have a position on government yield. But this will be 20 IHS for 20-year treasury yield. I would love to jump on it and look what I can get from it. Yeah, I think this is the only way I could look for a trade. Comes back to any of these moves, yeah? If we get close to 38% retracement in this move, then I'm going to look for a trade somewhere there. Uh, I am going to mark this now. Get that move to that, but the best scenario for me is that high. So if I get this retracement, one of them I'll definitely attempt to have my positioning on yields. That's it? No. That's it, yeah. Interesting minute, but not surprising. Interesting minutes, but not surprising. The minutes are interesting, but they're not surprising for me. Need to look at the dollar here. This is flat. Let me do this. That's a dollar index. I'm looking for a dollar index. Okay. The dollar is holding that high here. Just gonna mark that. Can the dollar flip this low here? Oh, come on. If the dollar flips that low, you can get a position lower to that low, which means we will look for longs. Yes, longs. Oh, shucks, I didn't see that. Okay, longs are setting up here. With this retest, yeah. 5. So we are holding that support. Can I go long on that support? Let me see. Ooh. Can I go long here? Stop loss just below there to look for those prices. Let me see. Hmm. Let me be patient. I'll be patient, yeah. Just want to see what's going to happen on this 1 minute time frame. Yeah, I'm going to see what happens here. I know that will be jumping on very late, but I want to see what happens here. 2 minutes, it's a good setup. You long on this retest of this resistant area to look for continuation to that high. One of the highs will be this high here. My immediate bias, it's bearish, bullish, unless otherwise. But look at, so Nasdaq and the dollar and the indices are moving to the same direction. Mm. I could have short long, but I'm trying to just trying to play it safe here. I just don't like this moves. They've been moving exactly the same. Okay. You just want to see something like this. Look what the dollar is doing. Might have to call my stream early today. I have a lot of work to do. So guys, please look out for a new podcast. A podcast coming in. I'm gonna try edit tonight and release tomorrow. Yeah, guess we have to wait. We have to wait it out. Yeah. So get it comes, leaves a favor. Look up for a retest of that low. I will look for shorts, but now no, nothing. We see that US data is broken below the low here. I mean Nasdaq, sorry. Okay, let's speak about matters that are offhand. Enough about this. Just gonna keep it here. Just watch it here. So let me see if this will allow me now. Ooh, Uvatla masapo. Looks the network looks slightly um slightly, what do you call this? Slightly stable. Okay, let's see if we can get a trade again here. The market is moving now. You know what I hate? Is this the one? Let me see. I think this was the one, yes. I can't trade this, by the way. I was looking to short CHF, but this looks to be frozen. Yes, trades are running. Trades are running normally. Uh, but yeah, this will be a very good entry if you got that entry there. A very extremely good entry. I was still on a short British pound, but now the trade that I'm looking to short doesn't allow me to. And if it breaks below and it moves away from me, I'm not even gonna be able to. Okay, I'm done. See this later. But anyway, just gonna let it go. So there's trade that I've been looking for, and one of them on the stock side, on my watch list, I have Tesla, which I have long Tesla. I am long Tesla. Looking for continuation, to be honest. I'm also looking for these highs on Tesla. If Tesla gives these highs, and I believe Tesla is a good company, has a potential of has potential of moving higher, because right now it's trading at my overall target for now. It's 5,000 on Tesla. My overall target for the next 2 quarters is 5,000 on Tesla. So reason being, I went long. We are holding the 200 MA. We firstly held the 50, we held the 100, made it on the crossover between 100 and the 200 MA. On a daily time frame, we are holding the 200 MA. Just wanted to close and see if we're gonna come back, start retesting these highs, and if that happens, then um, that will be good. So if we break these highs, I might add a position. If Tesla comes break above this current resistance, which will be above $450 per share, look for that move and look for continuation higher on Tesla. But also, I've been watching closely Microsoft. I've been watching closely Microsoft to see. Um, yes, Microsoft, it is holding, very important. It is holding above the 50. Looks now, we've been rejecting on the 200 MA, on the 100 MA. So my idea here is trade above, trade above, trade above the 200, trade above this 100 MA, close above this current resistant area. Perhaps we could look for moves targeting your 480 to $500 per share on Microsoft. But for now, we're just in a range. So just gonna wait and see what's gonna happen. So let's wait and see. Instead, I just want a decisive close now. A close above. If it gives a decisive close above, something like that will be decent for me. And look for those highs. Like literally these highs. But my main target will be 500. So on on Microsoft, I'm looking for that. My long-term trade that I'm thoroughly watching and I'm writing a report on, it's Micron. Good fundamentals, good story, and their overall data. They've already gotten, I think, even yesterday they've even discussed the fact that they might not have enough supply to provide for the demand in data centers, in storage thing. So yeah, I believe Micron it's I believe Micron is another trade to watch out for, another company to watch out for. Come back to the 480, $440 per share, or come back, retest at least the 100 MA moving average, and then maybe I'll look for longs on them. I'll start buying it. Now it's very high, but if it retests, then I'm gonna start selling it. I'm gonna buy it, I suppose. For today, my credit's up 4%, and when you look at Tesla it's up 2%, and Microsoft on the other side is up 0.9%. With indices, you look at US 200 or Russell is up to 2.3%. Nasdaq it's up 1.5, and the last and S&P 500 it's up 0.9%, almost 1% up, and then US30 it's up 1.2%. So that's what we are seeing in the market. There's a bit of resilience in the market, and possibilities of deal being strike are there, as much as we have seen the 10-year yield coming down slightly in from basically from what Trump said. So that's a possibility as well. So I'm not gonna look for a trade here. I'm not gonna look for a trade here. I'm not desperate for a trade. Okay. So yeah, that's what everything that I've discussed. That's everything that I'm looking for. Um, where was I? So guys, I need to go record a podcast, and I need to edit that podcast. My hope is gonna be watching on the 5. Not interested in anything else. Just gonna watch this 5 minutes. Oh wait. The shorts are not happening, the longs are not happening. So we might have to call it a day, guys. I don't like it. No. Yes, we closed below there, but didn't give us anything. I don't like it. Just don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, guys. I need to go prepare for my podcast and listen to everything. Then we'll get back to you guys. So thank you so much for joining me. Um, I'll still be trading, but I'll be trading off stream. I know my stream has been a bit taking, but definitely it's something that happens as you're streaming. Other than that, I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for joining me. Pardon, I'm still looking for a better internet connection. Once we get that, we are good to go. We are good to work. We are good to be posting more often. Good to streaming as we used to. So, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me. And this was a Fumo training show. And look out, please go on TikTok, look for Le Ahor Fumo Capital and any other platform that we're in. We will be posting more content and podcasts are coming through in that regard, discussing the market with my favorite team of equity analysts. But sit and look out for that. I will be posting it on YouTube as well. And that this is me, Prayer. Have a great day. Oh, something is cooking, but we'll have to wait out. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.